When we put off change, we allow our old habits to continue to control us. We continue to reinforce the patterns of behavior that are keeping us stuck. Every time we delay, every time we tell ourselves, "I'll start tomorrow," we push back the life we really want to create. We push back the person we want to become. But if we take action today, if we stop waiting and start moving, that's when real change begins. The biggest obstacle in our path is often our own minds. We convince ourselves that we're not capable of changing, that we're not disciplined enough, that we don't have what it takes. We fear failure, and we fear discomfort. But the truth is, failure is part of the process. It's not something to avoid, but something to embrace. Every time you fail, you learn something. Every time you stumble, you get stronger. The key is to not let those failures stop you. It's to get back up, dust yourself off, and keep going. It's to stop letting your fear of failure dictate your actions and instead embrace the uncertainty that comes with growth. Change requires self-awareness, but it also requires self-compassion. We're often too hard on ourselves when we slip up, berating ourselves for not being perfect. But perfection isn't the goal. Progress is. It's about making small, incremental changes every day. It's about creating habits that build on one another, so that over time, the change you seek becomes inevitable. When you're kind to yourself, when you allow yourself to fail, and learn from those failures, you build resilience, you build strength, and you build a solid foundation for long-term success. This process of change is a journey, not a destination. There will be moments of doubt, moments when it feels like you're not making progress, moments when you feel like giving up. But those moments don't define you. What defines you is your ability to keep going, to continue taking action even when it feels like nothing is happening. It's about taking one step after another, even when you can't see the whole path ahead. It's easy to look at others and compare ourselves to them, especially when we see their success or their discipline. But comparison is the thief of joy. You are not them. You don't know their struggles, their failures, or their journey. You only know your own, and your journey is uniquely yours. The only person you need to compete with is the person you were yesterday. So ask yourself, how much longer are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself? How much longer will you let your old habits define you? How much longer will you make excuses, telling yourself that tomorrow is the day you'll start? Tomorrow never comes. The time is now. The opportunity is here. The power to change your life is in your hands. This is the year you stop waiting. This is the year you take action. This is the year you demand more from yourself and start showing up as the person you were meant to be. Change won't happen overnight, but it will happen if you commit to it, if you are consistent, if you choose to show up even on the hard days. The person you want to become is already inside of you. It's time to bring that person to life. So don't wait. Start today. Take that first step, however small it may seem, and keep moving forward, because 1 year from now, you could be looking back with pride, knowing that you made the decision to stop waiting, to stop putting things off, and to start the journey toward the best version of yourself. The path to that version starts today, and the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the decision to take that first step. Change is hard. Change is uncomfortable, but change is possible. And it all begins with you, right now. An essential part of Stoic communication is the ability to stop obsessing over yourself. It's easy to become trapped in your own head during conversations, second-guessing every word, worrying about how you're coming across, and wondering if others are judging you. This inward focus heightens anxiety and creates barriers to genuine connection. The wisdom of Stoicism teaches us that confidence isn't about controlling how others perceive us, but about managing our thoughts and focusing our attention outward. As Marcus Aurelius put it, you have power over your mind, not external events. In practice, this means that when you stop overthinking how you're being perceived and focus on what the other person is saying, you open yourself up to a more authentic exchange. Take, for example, a job interview. If you're consumed with worry about how you're being judged, it's easy to miss the questions being asked or to deliver a disconnected response. But by applying a Stoic mindset, you shift your focus from worrying about how you're coming across to genuinely engaging with the interviewer's questions. This shift doesn't just help ease your nerves, it transforms the interaction into a meaningful conversation, making you more present and memorable. The Stoic concept of attention, the ability to direct our focus where it matters, becomes a powerful tool in creating real, impactful connections. Incorporating another Stoic lesson involves embracing pauses, giving yourself the time to gather your thoughts and respond with intention rather than rushing to fill the silence with a hastily formed answer. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic thinkers, emphasized the importance of deliberate action, teaching that it is quality, not speed, that matters. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to fall into the trap of rushing to answer or respond quickly in a conversation, fearing that silence may indicate weakness or indecision. However, taking a brief moment to pause before speaking not only allows you to reflect on the best way to approach the conversation, but it also communicates to others that you value their words and your own response. Imagine being in a meeting with colleagues or a boss, and a question is posed to you. Instead of nervously blurting out an answer to fill the silence, you pause, take a breath, and reflect for a moment before speaking. The result is that your answer is clear, thoughtful, and well considered, making you appear calm, composed, and confident rather than rushed or disorganized. By embracing these pauses, you give yourself the space to act with wisdom, creating an aura of authority and composure that leaves a lasting impression. Lastly, the Stoic practice of aligning your tone and body language to the situation is an incredibly powerful way to amplify the impact of your words. Words alone only communicate a fraction of your message. Your tone and body language speak volumes about your intentions and your state of mind. As the Stoics taught, harmony with the natural world and the context we find ourselves in is key to living a balanced life. This principle extends to communication. It's important to adapt your tone, posture, and gestures to fit the environment. Imagine you're in a job interview where every detail of your demeanor is under scrutiny. If you speak too casually or with a tone that doesn't reflect the seriousness of the situation, your words might lose their weight, and you risk being perceived as unprofessional. Conversely, by adjusting your tone to reflect the gravity of the situation and maintaining an engaged and open posture, you send the message that you're both present and capable. This alignment of mind, body, and words creates a powerful presence that makes your communication more effective and memorable. By integrating these 5 Stoic techniques, speaking with clarity and brevity, letting go of the need to win, focusing outward instead of inward, embracing pauses, and matching your tone and body language to the situation, you unlock a deeper level of confidence that transforms not just how you communicate, but how you experience life. These practices don't require perfection, but rather persistence and discipline. Stoicism isn't about being flawless in every moment. It's about making progress, learning from each interaction, and continually honing the habits that will lead to mastery. In the pursuit of self-mastery, we must also come to understand the truth that change is not a one-time event. It is an ongoing process, a continuous cycle of growth and evolution. The matrix, a powerful metaphor for the way our minds are often constrained by limiting beliefs and societal conditioning, shows us how we are sometimes trapped in a false reality. But just as Neo was able to break free from the chains of the matrix, so too can we break free from the mental, emotional, and societal constraints that hold us back. We must learn to see the world as it truly is, not as we've been taught to perceive it. And once we understand this truth, we gain the power to choose our own path. We realize that the rules of the matrix, the expectations, the fears, the limitations, are not real, and that we have the power to rewrite the story of our lives. This awakening is not always easy, and it requires bravery, the courage to step into the unknown, to challenge the status quo, and to embrace the discomfort that comes with breaking free from old patterns. But when we do so, we discover a new level of freedom, a freedom that allows us to control the change in our lives and to become the person we have always wanted to be. The journey of transformation is not for the faint of heart. It requires a relentless commitment to the pursuit of growth, a refusal to accept mediocrity, and an understanding that the process of change is not always smooth or linear. There will be moments of doubt, of struggle, of failure. But it is precisely in these moments that the seeds of growth are planted. Habits and routines, those small, seemingly insignificant actions we take each day, are the building blocks of transformation. It is through the consistent practice of discipline, persistence, and self-awareness that we shape our reality and become the people we are meant to be. The power to change, to reshape our destiny, lies not in some distant future, but in the choices we make every single day. And as we move forward on this journey, we find that the real power is not in the destination, but in the continuous process of becoming, evolving, and mastering ourselves. Ultimately, we must ask ourselves, what kind of person do we want to be? The answer lies in our ability to control change, to take ownership of our actions, and to wield the wisdom of stoicism and the unstoppable force within us. We have the power to transform our lives and become someone else, something else, someone stronger, wiser, and more capable of handling life's challenges.